welcome back to the Knits for the Soul podcast. My name is Claudia and I'm podcasting for you from Germany. I am a single mom and I work in customer services, and knitting is something for me to heal my soul, hence the name of this podcast. So this podcast is mainly about knitting, but also about the books I read and also some journaling. So you can check out the other videos are already uploaded, and well, just there will be videos about everything and anything just when I feel like it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this episode. It will be a bit shorter and there is not so much knitting to be shared because I had no time in the past 2 weeks to get a lot of stuff done. So there will be lots of silent footage for you, but maybe you can just use that to sit back and relax, drink a coffee and knit. It's Sunday after all. So yeah, let's start with this episode. I am really happy you are back, and if you are a new viewer, hello. Maybe you have checked the other videos already. If not, then just go ahead and maybe there's something you like. And yeah, thank you all for the amazing feedback you left me for the past 2 episodes. I try to answer every comment on every channel here on YouTube and also on my Instagram page. It's also called Knits for the Soul, and you can also send me an email to knitsforthesoul@gmail.com. Yeah, so I'm still learning a lot of the new features YouTube has to offer, so it might be that some stuff is popping up here or at the end of the episode. Yeah, so I learn. But it's also a lot of fun. If you have seen my last episode, it was about books. There's also a buddy read with my friend Yves from Books of the Wild Waters here on YouTube. And there will be another one. And we started reading a new book, and this will come up, I think, in one of the next episodes as well. So here on my channel and on hers as well. So yeah, as usual, I have no plan whatsoever, though I downloaded an app for project management and jotted down tons of ideas and some kind of plan what I like to do with this channel in the future. So I think Aura is available for both macOS and Windows, I think. I think you get the app also for Android. I'm not sure. I have it on the Mac and it's quite intuitive. It also has some tutorial that's fun. And I'm not getting sponsored by that app. I think it's also free. I'm not sure if there is a pro version. Anyway, I don't know. Yeah, so back to what I was actually talking about. I'm not prepared, though I should be, because I did think about this episode a lot, and I also recorded lots of footage for it as well. Yeah. Well, that hasn't worked out yet so well. Okay, let's start with the stuff I worked on because I do not have a finished project. The past 2 weeks were so busy, I basically fell asleep very early at, I think, 9 p.m. or something. And it was just, there was no time or energy left to knit a lot or even to read. So I started a really good book and haven't finished it yet, though I would have been done with a 300 pages novel in about 1.5 days or something. Well, usually. yeah, so I also started dreaming in emails and tickets and knowledge base articles and everything. It was horrible. So yeah, I hope this is calming down a little as of next week, until the next round of trainings will start. Yeah, so I am almost done with my Auni socks. I'm knitting them on a 4mm with a DK weight yarn, not a sock yarn, it's the Hjertegarn Lima. And the Auni socks are by Maria Costamavara. She is Finnish, I think, and she's called Nupu Nupu on Ravelry, and I think on Instagram as well. So here's the first sock, which looks huge on the screen. So yeah, this is kind of bad. It is better. It does make me feel like I have elephant feet. So okay. Do you? Well, so I think I have mainly or almost only female viewers. So did that happen to you too? That so those who have children, that your shoe size grew after you became a mother? So though I'm really tall, I never had so big feet, but after I got my son, I had really big feet. So I think 2 sizes. Or maybe it's just the way they make shoes today, that they are too small, and that the sizes when did they come up with that? In the 50s or 60s or something? They're not valid anymore. Who knows? So these are the Auni socks in that cool grayish brownish Lima yarn I showed you, and I kept all of the remaining skeins for myself. I didn't put them into the D-stitch. You might have noticed. Well, the Lima yarn is all gone, by the way, as is the British wool. It's all gone as well. I still have some Natur Old left. I had 6 huge boxes with about 60 liters in size, full of yarn, and I cleared out 4. So thank you. This is amazing. So there is still 1 box with all the cotton, and there is 1 box I put the Natur Old in. It's not full, but there is still something left. So I'm just looking at it. I'm sorry. Yeah. So there is light green and dark green, that orangey red, and the purple, and I think some black. And what I never posted because I never saw it is a light heathered gray, which is really beautiful. So I think I have to take a photo as well. The light is quite okay still today, and post it on Instagram. It's really nice. So I'm thinking about if I keep 2 of them, but I'm not sure. So yeah. So here is the first sock, and the second is almost done. I have 5 rows left of the last part before I knit the picot bind off thing. So I thought I would finish it last night, but then I was so tired that I stopped. My son and I watched really cool movies. The first on Friday was Royal Corgis. That was really funny. And the other one yesterday was oh yeah, right. It is the movie about the penguins from the Madagascar movies. So that was really fun. That was really cool. So I did knit a lot, but still didn't finish it for today's episode. But I will get this done today, I'm sure. And then I have a whip, the first in March. Woo! Yeah. So, and I think Maria has not only the DK version, but also a fingering weight version. Let me just check that. I think, but they're not in a bundle. I think you can get them separately, but the well, the stitch pattern is really easy actually, and I never knit the socks. Okay, I really need this thing to show how many takes I needed to record something, because I think I started this part 7 times now. Where was I? Oh yeah, I was talking about the fact that I actually don't use the patterns of a sock apart from the stitch pattern itself. I always use the construction of the Lilies of the Valley socks by Frisabi Knits to knit my socks. They are always a toe-up sock, and always that kind of gusset that is in that pattern to shape the heel, etc. And I just put the stitch pattern on that construction. I also know exactly the amount of stitches I need when I knit in fingering weight, and for this, as it's a toe-up sock, I thought, okay, I just check how much I need to increase so that it fits, and I know that this will get a bit wider, etc. With wear, that I cast on slightly too small, or increased slightly too small because of the stretching, and then because of the yarn, it's not a sock yarn, and then it will fit just fine. Yeah, so I have no idea actually what kind of heel is included in the Auni socks. I haven't checked that. And I don't know either for the other socks, like the Marianne socks I still have on my needles. I think it has a really nice heel, but I won't be knitting it because I'm just knitting the sock I always knit. Yeah, so these will be done tonight, hopefully. And then I did cast on something else a while back. I think in episode 2 I showed you the local yarns I ordered from this endangered sheep breed website, and I cast on the, let me just click on that, the classic ribbed hat by Pearl Soho in the Alpine Stone Sheep, yeah, well, blend with a Shetland. This is spun by Blacker Yarns, and I'm only at this point still. So I knit a couple of rounds here and there, for example, in meetings where well, there is a part where I don't have to say anything. So it's just one by one rep. So I'm just knitting that kind of blindly, and can also follow what the people are talking about. So that's not an issue. Yeah, so I'm still not very far here, but as the winter seems to be over anyway, I guess I have a bit of time to get this done and, well, ready to wear in, I don't know, like 8 months or so. Yeah. So these are the 2 whips I have on my needles, and I obviously haven't done anything on my Mayhem shawl, Mayhem cardigan, not a shawl, my Mayhem cardigan, or my Together Apart shawl. So that's still not done. And though I did plan to get on with them as soon as I finished those in-between knits, I had to cast on. They will still need to wait a bit because a friend of mine asked me to knit a spring shawl for her, and I have to order yarn because I don't have anything that fits her requirements. She wanted something in yellow, and I don't have any shawl quantity in that color. So, but what I will knit will be something like this. You don't really see now because the screen is too small. So this is a asymmetrical triangular shawl. It's a free pattern, or was, but I think it's still free. I'm not even sure if it's still available. I think it was in some issue of a country magazine. It's called Landlust, and you start at the tip, and you need interchangeable needles for that. So because you need one tip, I think in a size 3 or 4 millimeter, and the other tip a much bigger one, I think at least double the size, so that the stitches are, I'm not even sure you can see that. So it's meant that the stitches are, the rows are differently shaped. I honestly don't see that anymore. It's really old. I think I have this for 8 years. And you start shaping that on the tip, and you're not increasing the same way on both sides. So one wing is getting much longer than the other. And yeah, I really have to check if I still have that pattern anywhere or if it's still available online. I think on their website they have an archive with that. So this is a kid mohair combined with a lace. This is the lace. And I think of both, the mohair was a 25 gram skein and the lace is, I think, a 50 gram skein. Let me check that. Okay, now I found it. I knitted it 6 years ago, so it's long ago, but not that long ago. And it was one skein of Filatura di Crosa, Nirvana, that's from the Golden line. And that was a 25 gram skein with about 370 yards or 340 meters, and one 50 gram skein of Drops Vivaldi. So there was some kit silk, I think, mohair, and it has about 300 yards or 270 something meters. And yeah, so, and the designer of that is called Iris Stein. And let me just check. Oh yeah, it's still available for free when you click on the Ravelry link. Yeah, and it was in the Landlust issue of 2011. So it's an old, an old shawl, but a shawlette maybe. Yeah, so it's, I don't even know if I can, it's weird not to have a real mirror now. So just to put it there. So I like to wear that during spring or early autumn because it's light and it's not too warm, but still warm enough to not get chilly. Yeah, it's a really nice little shawl. And that one I will knit for my friend and start as soon as I get the right yarn for that. Yeah, so that's for the knitting part. And as I haven't finished any books, I don't have anything to talk about anymore. Yeah, so I know that, for example, Inga from the Knitting Traditions podcast is doing some sit and knit, or sip and knit, and talking about stuff. So because I'm not prepared and I haven't asked you for any questions you might have, and there's nothing I really know what to talk about. So this is a fairly short episode, as I said in the beginning, and I will just put in some footage of us going for walks, and there were several days with really nice sun, etc. So you get that. I hope you can relax and knit, and I wish you a happy Sunday, or whatever day you see that, and I hope I can even upload it today. So I am really happy that you popped by, and hopefully see you next time. Bye bye.
you.